everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over the 2019 Dodge Charger. This particular one is the one with the all-wheel drive. And as always, we will do a quick walk around on the car, go over all of the features, and then if you are stopping in for the first time, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. So first, popping under the hood here, we can see the 3.6 liter V6 that comes with the Charger. That's going to be good for 21 miles per gallon combined, 18 around town, and that's going to be 27 on the highway. There's two different versions of this V6. You can get the lower output motor, if you could call it that, with 292 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, or if you get the upgraded 300 horsepower version of this V6, and then that will come with 264 pound-feet of torque. Both are routed through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Finishing things up front, you do get LED accent lights right there with the projector headlights up front. Little turn signals are integrated to the side, and then you get little fog lamps down below, and then this is all blacked out to kind of make it have a little bit more aggressive appeal to it. And then the exterior color is new for 2019. It is called Triple Nickel. Coming around to the back here is the key fob for the SXT Charger. If you press this button on it, first time we'll lock it, second time we'll do the remote start function. You can see it start right up there, and then you can press it again and that will shut it off. Second thing you can do is pop the trunk. So you press that button twice, that'll pop the trunk for you. You can see there's a ton of trunk space, and then back here you can actually see for the Alpine sound system, it's a 9-speaker sound system with a subwoofer, but plenty of trunk space back there. Finishing things up in the back, you can see the spoiler, which is body painted, is integrated in the back. You have their backup camera and then parking sensors down below with the dual exhaust setup. Going around to the side here, we can open up the passenger side. Since this is more loaded up on the interior, you get leather on the sides of the doors with leather there, contrasted stitching, and then you can see more leather in the back. You do get heated seats in the back here with USBs, and then this will pull out to be a little cup holder center console. And there is a decent amount of legroom back here as well. And so if you kind of like the muscle car, but you want a little bit more legroom, this is the one to go for over the Challenger. Coming around to the front, you have keyless entry. So one touch and that will lock it. Put your hand on the back and that'll unlock it. You can pop in, you can see all of your window controls right there, your mirror adjustments, and then you can see your controls for the memory seats right there as well. The side here, you can see the controls for the power adjustment seats, and then the lumbar, you can move up and down. All of your controls for the lights. You do have your gas gauge right there, and then you have power adjustments on the steering wheel. Step-in height's really good on this. It's actually really easy to get in. Starting here on the steering wheel, you have your traditional cruise control, adaptive cruise control there, and then you have a rocker panel on the back of both of the steering wheel with the paddle shifters. So these will shift the gears manually if you want to. The rocker panel on the back controls the radio, and then you have your regular control for the center stack right there, all of your Bluetooth. And then speaking of the safety tech over here, this does come with blind spot monitoring as well. To start up the 2019 Charger, all you have to do is put your foot on the brake, push the push start button. The gauges will do a little bit of a sweep for you, but you have your tachometer on the other side, your speedo on that side, and then you can see little center stack here gives you a bunch of different vehicle information, so like tire pressure, all that stuff. You can go over the safety tech, like it right there in that little corner shows you the lane departure assistance on it as well, but I usually just keep it to be a speedo. Here is the 8.4-inch touchscreen, which they released new back in 2017. They did an update on this, so it's a lot more responsive. The best way to show is on the climate controls. You can see it's like instantaneous with the response time. This is all drag and drop function-wise there, so you can drag and drop anything that you want in that area. And then this does come with the performance pages. I have gone over those a little bit more in detail in my other videos I've done on the Chargers and the Challengers. But you do get heated and ventilated seats, which obviously going to turn those off a little bit too warm for that. And navigation on top of that. Pop the Charger into reverse. It's going to come up with a full backup camera. You get trajectory lines. Super, super clear. HD camera, really easy to use. Popping down below the touchscreen, we can see all the analog controls for the radio. That's your super track pack, so you press that, that'll pop up on the touchscreen, gives you launch control, which you can do, for example, so that's where you set the RPMs and then you bury the brake, bury the gas pedal, it'll hold it at those RPMs and then release the brake and it'll launch the car, and then you can change between the different drive modes there. That's to turn off your lane departure assist, parking sensors, analog climate controls down below, and then you do have your shifter with the manual mode that you can do, and that manual mode is attached to the paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel. And then cup holders down there with the little center console, which has a bunch of little charging stations in it. Now coming over here, we've got the glove box lined with felt, and then let me move my box of junk, but you can see the seats here are finished in nice leather. They've got nice perforations on them. They have really nice bolsters. Overall, the seats are very, very comfortable, and I really like this interior. It's actually a pretty premium interior, even though the Chrysler 300 is supposed to be the more premium version. This still is really nice. You get nice little stitching on the dash, and then obviously the nice leather seats. Now that we're done with the interior, let's go into a quick drive portion to see how the new 2019 Charger drives. We are starting off here in the 2019 Charger SXT, and the reason that I wanted to do this all-wheel drive one is this is more practical and more realistic for most people with the lower cost option of the V6 motor, and then all-wheel drive obviously so that it can do better in inclement weather conditions. So far, in terms of initial ride quality, just like the Challenger, it rides very, very smooth over the road, and so this is the type of car that you could drive every single day from a ride quality standpoint. Noticing that handling on it is actually really sharp as well. It corners very well, and it seems to corner very flat. So even though this is a little bit of a heavier car, it still has really good handling characteristics. We are now going to go on to the interstate so that we can get an acceleration with this V6. I haven't done a video on any of the V6s with these particular cars, so we'll just do that. And then we will obviously see ride quality on the highway as well. So we'll get our acceleration now. And it's actually really, really good acceleration-wise with this V6. It's more than enough power for this car. It's obviously not a big SUV or a big truck, so it doesn't need a huge, huge motor to get it up and going. In terms of ride quality on the highway, just like on the street, super, super smooth ride quality. So again, this is something that you can drive on the road, on the highway, every single day, not have any issues. It's a really, really comfortable vehicle to drive. To wrap things up, overall impression-wise on the 2019 Charger, so if you're looking for a vehicle that you could drive every day, you love kind of the more muscle car-like aesthetics, and a Challenger won't work for you because you need 4 doors versus the 2 doors, then this is the car to go with. It actually gets pretty good fuel economy for the size of car that it has, for the power that the motor has, and then the all-wheel drive where you can drive in any type of weather condition. And so like I said, if that's kind of what you're looking for, definitely go and check out one of these new Chargers. And there we have it, everyone, the 2019 Dodge Charger. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you are stopping in for the first time, as always, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed, comment down below what you thought, and then I will see all of you in that next video.